Hi, we're Sean and Julie. Welcome to Chicory's Travels.
Today we wanted to talk to you about what we wish we knew before we started RVing full-time. But we decided to make it a little more interesting and ask some of our friends to weigh in as well.
Hi guys, I'm Camille.
And I'm Bryce.
And we are from More Than a Wheelin'. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what we wish we had known about RVing before we started.
So I think the thing that I wish that I had known better was the amount of maintenance and repairs that go into a new RV. I am not particularly handy, and I didn't really know it was kind of a thing that new RVs had breakdowns and had little things go wrong with them. And it's kind of been a challenge for me, not being mechanically inclined, to really kind of dig in and figure things out. And sometimes that's been frustrating, and then also just kind of the amount of maintenance required. There's a whole list in the manual of things that you need to keep maintained, and it's a lot. And we're working through it, and I'm learning a lot. So I just wish I had known a little bit more about that before we started.
Yeah, I think it just caught us off guard, and we were learning on the fly, which we hear is a lot of people's experience. So just know that going in, that there are probably more repairs and maintenance than you would think, especially even on a new rig. So my thing that I wish I had known before hitting the road was that I didn't need to stress out so much about remote work. Both Bryce and I worked corporate jobs our whole lives. Our whole identity was tied up in our corporate careers. It was really hard, really scary for us to step away from that. And I panicked, and I made it more scary than it really needed to be, because the reality is there's a ton of remote work that almost anybody can do. And to make that process a little easier, Bryce and I actually put together a handy sheet called the 21 remote work websites, which you can find on our website. And just don't freak out about it. There's plenty of work. Most people have the skills that you need to find jobs either in a local area or online, and we're here to help you do that.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. This is my husband Dan. We're from followyourdetour.com. And one of the things we wish that we knew before we started full-time RVing is just how accessible and easy it is to achieve the RV lifestyle. I think before we started RVing, we had this dream, and a lot of people dream of RVing the U.S., and it seems like something you have to wait for retirement for. It seems expensive, it seems overwhelming to leap into such a unique lifestyle, but it's actually very easy. It's affordable, it's accessible, and once we started doing it and we realized how achievable it is, we wish we would have done it a lot sooner. So one of the things that we do on Follow Your Detour is we share some resources to help show people how accessible it is. So we actually recently did a survey of 7 other RVers and their monthly costs associated with RV life. So we'll link to that in the video so you can see it if that's one of the things that is holding you up from achieving full-time RV.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one thing I wish I would have known before is just how big of an impact the rig that you choose will actually have on the lifestyle that you have. For example, if you get a really long fifth wheel, you may not be able to travel to some of the boondocking spots that you want, or get into some of the national parks and camp there. But if you're going to stay at a campsite for a month in a nice RV park, it's a really nice standard of living versus maybe having a smaller Class C like we have. And when we're parked, it's a little tight after a month. So I think that what I wish I would have known is go ahead and try renting a couple, just because it's a really good way to see the type of RVer you want to be and what you value more, space versus maneuverability, or some mix in between there, because there's so many different choices. So I think that's the one thing I wish I would have really known before.
Hi, I'm Liz from the virtual campground, and this is my husband.
I'm Ed, also I guess from the virtual campground. What I wish I knew before full-timing is I wish I knew how to fix more RVs and how to fix more things RV related, so that I could begin to start making money on the road prior to going through my school and being certified, just because coming from the military, from the real stable money and everything, it would have made it more a lot easier, a lot less stressful.
Yeah, and I wish I would have known more about boondocking because we just spent 3 weeks in an expensive RV park, and I wish that we would have been able to stay at the boondocking site because I know we have a smaller rig that it would be okay for a few days or a week, but I just don't know anything about it, and it's hard to find the time to even sit down and learn about it. So I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have learned more about boondocking so we could have saved more money in our transition period.
So now we'll share what we wish we knew before we started RVing full time. I wish I'd have taken a little more time to research ways to save money. In the 3.5 years that we've been doing this, I've found a lot of different ways, and we have them up on our website. I'll provide a link down below. But there are things like staying a month to get an extra discount, or getting only partial hookups. And there's apps that I use to help save money on groceries. And we also like to use farmers markets, which usually have amazing produce at a discounted rate. What about you, Sean?
And the one thing I wish I knew was how great the RV community is. We've managed to make tons of friends through this community. Everybody is so generous and helpful. And I think if I would have known how great the people are in this RV community, I would have pushed Julie to start a lot sooner.
So what do you wish you knew before you started RVing? Or if you're not RVing yet, what is it that you want to learn about? Let us help you. Either if we don't know the information, then we have friends who do, and we will share it with you.
Until we meet somewhere on the road, safe travels.